you know you don't like it, you ain't trying. The only way you're gonna get a man is you set the correct standards for yourself. I'm a woman who looks always. You have to eat before you come. You say something you don't like, right? Yeah. But they tell you the truth. Yeah. Then you're supposed to eat the fish and spit out the bone. Electrolytes need to be going through your body before you come to the bone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up, ladies and gentlemen. The day of reckoning has finally come.
We are here.
We are here. This is your girl, Bekay. Some of y'all know me as Bekay Grace. I am your favorite feminist pick-me. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is my podcast.
Finally.
Being brought to you not live, but direct. Hardtruth Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I know y'all been asking me for this. I know y'all seen me on different podcasts. I know y'all seen me doing interviews. I know it's like, Bekay, when you gonna drop this podcast? You all in everybody else's face, but you not do. It's here. I've done it. It's time. It's time.
All the clown.
It's time.
All the clown. All for you.
I'm so excited. So I just kind of want to give the rundown. This is going to be the pilot show, if that's what you want to call it. I want to kind of break down how my show is going to work. So today, before I go any further, I have a very special co-host with me today. One of my closest friends. We've met in college.
Yes.
Actually, the summer before college.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And
Skype days.
yeah, he's always been a rock. He's always had great perspectives. He's always just been there for me. And I wouldn't want anyone else to start off my first episode other than Mr. Banana Reggie Jones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. I am honored. Honestly, truly, I am honored to be here.
Thank you.
To be on the first it's crazy, but I'm excited.
I'm excited
for you because I've been one of them people. When is the podcast dropping?
Every time I post something on Instagram, that's nice, Bekay. But when is that podcast dropping? I'm like,
but
I have an opinion. Why is it not on the podcast?
Why is it not there?
I think I like this type of music. Put it on the podcast.
Put it on the podcast and make a playlist later.
And make a playlist about it. Like, Jesus.
Like, why am I so mad on Instagram? Like, must I call you upset?
This is light break, bitch. You better goddamn put it on the mic.
Okay, go viral again. Please.
Put it in the stew. Put it in
Get
the stew.
in the stew.
But no, so I want to let everyone know I'm going to have rotating co-hosts, right? I definitely didn't want to bring the same type of dimension every single time. I want to have new people on here with fresh perspectives. And I didn't necessarily want to call them guests because Reggie's going to be here a lot, okay? He's going to be here a lot.
You're going to get tired of seeing me in the background. You're going to hear my laugh. Sorry about my laugh. It is loud.
Don't be upset.
I will back up just for y'all.
Okay. If you wanted something quiet, you should have turned into C-SPAN.
You should have turned something
Okay, else. This is not it.
This is not it
This
at
is not,
all.
This is not ASMR.
So get used to me. Get used to Bekay. This face, this voice, this phenomenal woman.
Listen, phenomenally. Okay. I know why the cage bird sings.
Oh,
but so this episode is very special to me. I'm calling it Giving Yourself Grace. It is a double entendre, right? Because obviously my middle name is Grace. I use my middle name a lot in a lot of things that I do. And of course, I want to have everyone invite me into their homes, into their radios, into their headphones, what have you, and allow me to open up their perspective. That's the whole point of Hardtruth Podcast. It's honestly not to give you a new side of truth, but to actually help you see different perspectives. A lot of times your truth is only as far as your experience goes. Right. So I definitely just want people to open up their experiences. Am I always going to be this nice and political and sweet? No. Sometimes I'm going to be a little Sukiyana. Sometimes I may be a little Candace Owens. Sometimes I may be Trump.
We love that though.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Not always.
Not always. Okay.
Sometimes.
But sometimes. So, I just want people to really embrace that, right? And I also, this episode, wanted to talk about, giving yourself grace in different sectors. But before we get too far into that, let's go and get started with the first segment, everybody. First segment, okay?
This is what I've been waiting on.
I'm really excited about this.
I've been waiting on this since you told me.
I'm excited about this. Okay, y'all not ready. So, I wanted to have a nice icebreaker for my rotating co-host, and I will be having guests at some point, special guests, whoever I feel the need to interview. I wanted to have a game segment, right, where I could ask you questions, random questions, and I was like, oh, I want to use this game, and it's like, why don't you make your own?
Right. Come on, own game. And what she do?
I made my own. Yes, sir. It's called Say It With Your Chest. Listen, this soundboard gonna be the end of me. I'm trying to reach over. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all gonna get sick of me. We're gonna get it together. So this, and let me also say, yes, I did print these out, and I did get these from Staples. So if you laugh about how they look, you're anti-black.
And I helped cut these. So
okay.
Let's not do too much.
So let's just be proud of this step right here. Let's just be proud right here.
Let's be proud for today's step.
Okay, let's just be proud right here. But this game is called Say It With Your Chest. The point of Say It With Your Chest is being able to ask questions that I feel people don't really ask. People ask all these stupid ass questions, all these, what type of nigga you want? I need a nigga with 6 figures. Like, bitch, you can't even spell 6 figures. So, these are questions that I want people to answer, that I have done extensive research with my friends and colleagues and people who I deem insightful in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, so what I want you to do, I'm going to give you these cards. I want you to pick 3 cards. And then you will take this and I will pick 3 cards.
Okay. So I'm going to pick this one.
Okay.
Not picking from the top.
Not picking from the top.
The top just gives real messy.
Okay.
Okay. Those are my 3.
All right. Give me these cards.
I'm gonna do a little shuffle.
Oh, you trying to be funny? You trying to give me the hard card?
I mean, trying to give you something.
You trying to give me the hard card?
They call it.
Okay. Pick this one, and I'm gonna pick. Okay. I pick up the top because I'm the king.
Ooh. Come on, king.
Okay. So, in this game, you do have the option to trade if you want to trade. Okay. So,
but I'm trading a card that I don't know what I'm trading for, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, what you can do, you're going to start off by saying, do you want to trade? Hands.
Okay.
Do you want to trade?
I don't.
Okay.
Because you picked from the top. I already told you the top was
okay. All right. So then we'll start with the first question. You read the question, answer it, and then I read my next question, answer it.
Got it.
Okay.
Now, what if we choose not to answer?
It's no choosing not to answer.
Okay.
I mean, I got some liquor right here, but
okay.
Yeah.
First question: would you date the opposite sex if they are bisexual? I guess maybe. Only reason I would say maybe now, at 32, just with everyone is more fluid.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't really, with anyone I choose to be with, even with the person I'm with now, they decided, oh, I want to try this. I do have to kind of be open-minded for that. But then also dating someone of the opposite sex.
I think that is a very interesting question because I never thought about asking someone outside of women, because it's usually driven towards women,
right?
Regardless if they are straight women, gay women,
right?
It's usually driven towards them. To like, I never thought about asking that to a man
yeah,
in any capacity.
I mean, because I feel like also the world kind of sees men, we're kind of down for everything.
Yeah. Nasty gutter butt.
Okay, real gutter butt.
real nasty.
Real nasty. But no, like I feel like that's how the world kind of, even when guys see girl on girl, it's like more sexual.
Acceptable. Yeah.
So, but if a girl sees guys on guys, not really always. You do have some girls that's like, oh, that's attractive. I like that. Mm-hmm. But it's not always that feedback on it. So I feel like asking a guy the question is always probably going to be like, oh, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But I guess also for me, I'll be like, Because I'm also a person, I want you just looking at me, even when it comes to, I know we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Your eyes are going to wonder, for sure. But now you're wondering on everybody.
Anybody.
Like.
Anybody's the target.
Now I'm battling him, her, and them.
As soon as we step outside.
As soon as we go outside.
Everybody's the
ops. A lot of people.
Yeah.
But then that's also being confident in who you are and with who you're with. So I feel like just depending on that person.
Yeah.
If I'm just going down a list of people, that would be hard.
Yeah.
But just depending on that person, depending on how I would feel at that moment. Right now, I think with just who I am, I just want one person. And I'm just glad that they like just specifically one thing, which is me.
I know that's
right. But then
right.
also it's just like, of course, their eyes wonder. They look and see. That's okay. But bisexual.
Because they come back home.
Yeah. And then also if you get cheated on, it's like, dang.
How can you compete? And that's always been my thing. I've actually dated a man, 2 men maybe that were bisexual. One I definitely was bisexual.
Okay.
One.
How was maybe.
It didn't matter to me because we were dating. So my thought process was always,
So you never had that thought of like if you didn't give him something that someone else could give him, but it wouldn't be even another woman, it would be another man.
I mean, it definitely heightened my anxiety. And to be honest, the thought of getting cheated on with a man versus with a woman is different.
Right.
Like I definitely would be more hurt. Yeah, I would be more hurt. Or I don't know if I'd be probably more hurt.
Yeah.
Because I can't compete. There's nothing I could do. It's like I am completely out of this race.
We have two totally different things.
He won, hands down.
It's all you, baby.
The race is over.
Okay. I didn't even start. Because I couldn't compete.
I didn't qualify.
I didn't even pass the physical.
Okay.
Because of what?
But no, it never really bothered me that he was bisexual. Because, I mean, he was just an open person. And
right.
I never felt I didn't feel like he would cheat.
But I feel like that stems off even with the question situation. So if you were in a situation where you were cheating on a man, you knew like, oh, I would definitely feel more hurt. So it was like, I would never date another bisexual man again just because of experience. But if you had a great experience with a bisexual person, it's like, oh, not all people are the same.
Not all people are the same.
So, I mean, you could have a great experience and then go move into I don't want to say horrible, but it's just not the best one. So I feel like that question's more on experience, but...
Yeah. Everyone's bisexual in my eyes.
Still.
Okay, let's see.
It's on you, baby.
If there was one thing you wish your parents would have done differently, what would it be? I wish my mother would have taken a step back to love herself more. Was that my phone?
I think so.
Yeah. I think you know, as it pertains to my childhood and losing my father, I think my mom unintentionally lost sight in what was important because she was hurt. And I wish she would have taken a step back instead of looking for others to assist in healing her and kind of like killed herself.
I feel that.
Healed. I didn't say killed. It sounded like in my ear. It sounded like it said killed. That was the devil whispering. Okay. The devil said killed. Like what?
You said, oh, healed.
I said healed in Jesus' name. That's what I said.
Come on, Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only thing. I think I just wish my parents would have, both of them, and not just my mom. I wish my father. I wish they would have both given themselves grace. I think my father was, my mother is very critical of themselves, very hard on themselves. And I see that in myself. Just questioning everything, anything that I do, I'm like second guessing. So, I see where I get it from and, ultimately, what happened to my father. So with my mom, I just wish she would see how beautiful she is, how much I love her, how proud I am of her. That trick got on my nerves.
I feel
she
like
get on my nerves. And she can get on my nerves.
Okay. Not you.
Hey, girl. Mama. What? Mama. Put Gabe down. Gabe, my dog. Put him down.
Put him down.
Because he's whooping your ass right now.
He is winning.
Gabe thinks my mom's a chew toy.
Like,
he be whooping her ass. I'm like, bro,
like,
what you got going on?
It's time.
He's this big. Muhammad Ali in that motherfucker.
Put him down.
Leave him alone. Okay? He thinks you a squishy chew toy.
Okay, he is trying to chew you up.
He's trying to make sure you know who's the dominant one in this motherfucker.
This is my house. Actually. You take me out.
Go to the next one.
I'm a
Because we gonna get stuck.
Okay.
That could have kept going on and
That
on.
could have kept going.
Yeah. Was that a mic?
Like, what? Mind you, I have a mic. Grab a mic.
Okay.
Okay. Name a time where you lacked self-control. Well, we talked about this on the way. I want to say like what first comes to mind because I feel like I hate that version of me now. In previous relationships where I've lost control within the relationship of my anger, of my words, of course. Of course. But just lost myself. Yeah. In ways that I wish I would have never have. But then also other people seeing a side of Reggie that they've never seen before. So it's like I lost too much control of myself. And it's not about keeping up a persona of who I am, but it's also people don't know that Reggie. And it's like I never even want to know that Reggie just because everybody has it. It's not a demon. It's not anything. It's just really just someone who's very aggressive, someone who's very angry. You know your limits. Even when it comes to drinking, some people drink tequila, get real ready to buzz down.
Yeah, and you see my husband right there.
Now this Jameson, it's calming me down. I give you that.
Yeah.
But it don't make me feel wild up. And I knew that even when it came to that was a part of that losing control and not having self-control, drinking.
Right.
I had to learn my limits. I also had to know what I could drink. I do have that in my family where alcohol abuse is heavy on both my mom and dad's side. So it was a time when just graduating from college, not being where I wanted to be, thinking where I thought I was going to be after I graduated, but not succeeding or being successful as I thought I should have been at that time. Drinking was my cure.
Yeah.
So I lost control within that. So that deemed into friendships, relationships, family. I can say now, I don't want to say I mended or fixed things, but I did change things within myself when it does come to drinking, as I have a drink in my hand. But when it comes to
That's
drinking,
not a drink.
don't. Right, but I also don't do it often. Like
That's
as
love.
often as this is love in a bottle. Baby. Love in a bottle.
That's my man.
This is my man.
Oh, that's my man.
But no, like for real, I felt like that has now changed. Like even when it comes to drinking, like my birthday is probably the most crazy I'm gonna get for you. Can't wait for you to be there.
Can't wait. I'm excited for that.
Always a time. Bell of the ball. Every time, bell of the ball.
Bell of the ball. That's an insider. And I don't feel like
we got too many, so it'll be a lot that won't be explained. Banana, never know.
Okay, banana. Yeah, we call each other banana, and I don't feel like explaining it. So okay, what's something you've done in your past that you've been forgiven for but haven't forgiven yourself for? Damn, did I write this question?
Like, damn.
Something that I've been forgiven for.
Also, excuse my gulping. I am a drinker.
Okay.
Read the question one more time for me.
Okay. What's something you have done in your past that you've been forgiven for, but you haven't forgiven yourself? Sorry, I'm a little slow.
No.
I think for me, I'm not the type of person who dwells on like failed relationships, anything like that. Like if I don't like you, I don't like you. And if a nigga don't like me after I cry, because I will cry.
Okay, a little tear.
After that, it's up. But I'm gonna have my moment.
Just a little minute.
I'm gonna pass out.
Don't pass out.
I'm gonna pass out. But then I'm gonna come back. So you know what I'm saying? Like back.
I'm back.
Okay, you can't kill a bad bitch.
Back again.
But I think there was this one moment. I was really, really close to this dude. He was, and we were like talking, dating, but we had a really great friendship. And for some reason, I couldn't connect with him. Like I couldn't. It's like when I really, really liked him, he did something to me. The nigga did something to me.
They always do something.
He always, but I couldn't really connect with him back like I wanted to, and I felt like I was leading him on. That's the only time where I really could say like I really led him on, because I really enjoyed the friendship. We weren't even having sex or anything like that. I just loved talking to him. I loved the friendship, and I knew that he wanted more. And then the night that I finally told him, like, hey, like, yeah, this is not gonna work. We was crying and stuff. And he forgave me for that. And he's married now. He's doing very well. And I'm really happy for him. But I never really forgave myself for that.
Why not?
I think that I could have gone about that in a different way, and I could have saved the friendship. And because I wanted that emotional connection from him, I lost the friendship because of it. I was being selfish. And
dang, that's deep.
Yeah. And I never like love him down. Like sometimes I like, especially as I venture through these fuck niggas, I be like, damn, I should have just been with this nigga, but it would have been fair to him because I love him to death, but I wasn't like I wasn't like in love with him.
Right.
I mean, I knew that would be unfair.
So that's like you didn't feel like selling him something,
right? That for him, I wouldn't want someone to settle with me,
right?
So I wouldn't settle with anyone else,
right?
But one of the greatest dudes I ever met in my life, sweetest person I met in my life, and like I cannot forgive myself for that. I cannot forgive myself for hurting him. It just sucks.
Well, do you not think about it as you allowed him to find what he needed?
Pretty wings, pretty wings, yo, pretty wings, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think.
Me still want to go. Like I was ready. You probably gonna see me in the camera like
pretty. Someone's gonna love you better. Oh. Yeah,
shout out to Maxwell.
Yeah, shout out to fucking Maxwell. His freaky ass. He is freaked out. That boy be twerking that shit. He like, be throwing that shit back.
On stage, bro. Okay.
He throwing that.
Ready.
He be throwing that shit back.
Pretty wings.
Okay, pretty wings. It's like, wouldn't this song require all of this, Maxwell?
Is this an Afrobeat?
I don't know. I'm happy for him. I think because he did mean so much to me. It's just going to be something I'm never going to get over. Yeah, and I've seen him out and stuff like that, and we speak. It's all love. It's not like beef or anything, but yeah, that's the one thing I just haven't forgiven myself for, because I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like for, even though I didn't like I wasn't taking money from him. We weren't having sex or anything like that, but I knew the emotional connection. I knew the mental connection, and I should have just stated it up front instead of
prolonging.
Yeah.
I get that now. I get you.
Because he was carrying me. He was carrying me like I was a virgin. Like he was really carrying it. Like when he found out, like I was like having sex. I'm like, what?
What?
I'm like,
nice.
He was scared because I was like, we were talking and stuff, and then I'm not picking on the situation, but that was always such a funny situation. Like during the time that we were trying to figure it out, he didn't realize that I was having sex with other people.
Oh.
And so, like, when I was like, I'm having sex, like, and then
we not having sex.
Yeah, we just not having sex.
Oh, now everything's clicking for me.
Yeah, so it was just like,
sorry.
Beat up right now.
Coochie style.
I don't want to talk shit about it. So I just said I was sad. I didn't forgive myself. But
so sad. So sad. Who am I gonna get?
Okay, Coochie's swollen. Oh,
walking with a limp. Unstable.
Walk that walk. Hey, walk that walk. Hey. Well, yeah. So I just. I'm fucking weak. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize to you now. You know who I'm talking about, and I apologize to you, and I love you to death. I will always love you to death. You will be the one that got away. So
and
yeah,
no one will ever know.
No one would ever know. Give me your last question.
Say it with your chest. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It goes.
Did you vote in your last local and presidential election?
And don't lie, because I can look it up. I wrote that question.
Please look it up.
I wrote that question.
I wrote this.
I wrote that one.
I created this one.
Yeah, because it's public record. I trust you though. You did.
I definitely did. We just had elections where I am located.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. So
Clock it.
shout out to them. Mm-hmm. May the best
Shout out.
man, look,
Shout out to them.
May the best man, woman win. As long as they black.
Why am I getting all the hard questions?
Like, I'm over here like, that's why I laughed at that one. I'm like, okay. Like, can I get deep real quick?
Hey, like what the freak? You can answer this with me too.
Okay.
Is there something you need to apologize to someone about, and what is it? I'll let you go first.
Everything I said. I'm joking. Everything I said.
Yeah.
No, it's like standing on that, but then it's also like, I don't think recently, because everything that I can say prior to possibly COVID, I probably apologize for everything that I've done to maybe hurt someone, make them feel away, or if there was something, of course, that I was the cause of.
Yeah.
I've apologized for that. I guess call me out if I haven't. But, I mean, I don't have anything right now that I would apologize for. I think I'm owed some apologies. But, you know, we're waiting on those. Actually, we're not. But
we're not holding our breath.
Not
All right, because no one's going to get none of this. They were like, don't bring him back. Because
it's too
many insiders. We don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
People breathing. Banana. Like, what's going on?
Are y'all fucking?
I think they doing something.
We're never beating the allegations.
We're never going to beat those allegations. But yeah, I don't think I owe anyone an apology for anything that I've done. Because I mean, again, recently I think I have changed being 31, going into 32. But 30 was different for me. Like, friendships were changing. People were changing. I was changing. Some was for the better. I think mine was for the better. Some was for the worse. I mean, some people could probably view mine as like, oh, you didn't change for the better.
Yeah.
I could have handled probably something differently for them, but I don't think nothing that I've done in the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Just that's why I said I think I'm more owed apology, if anything, just because how things have happened to me.
Yeah.
Which are triggering, because it's just like you see these people on social media. You see these people in the streets, like you're not even like, I mean, this is North Carolina, for God's sake. You're bound to run into somebody somewhere. We're in Charlotte. So, you know, like, it's like you have to also kind of put on this armor and kind of be like, not that I don't care, but it's like, I'm still just going on about life.
It is what it is.
So, no.
I do have an apology. And this is going to be a little random, but just go with me. It was this one time. I was talking to this dude. I don't even know how we connected. It was like through Instagram or something. And we were chatting it up, and we were planning to meet. And then he lived in like in the RDU area. And I went up to Janelle's birthday. Hey, Janelle, that's my best friend. So sisters. And went up to her birthday. She had a brunch. And I got really drunk. And I knew he lived close. So I was like, hey, let me, come by and see you. Like, we haven't met, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, come by. I bring 4 people with me. It was like Mark, Tashawn, Shishi, everybody. All of us are drunk. Dominique.
Hey, of course. That's
all
Taco
of us
Squad,
are drunk.
right?
Yeah.
Y'all lit.
Y'all lit. Okay, not Tashawn, but like,
Y'all was lit.
And we pulled up, and it was just a mess. He was completely caught off guard. He was completely embarrassed. His house wasn't even like ready for guests. And I was wrong for that, but I don't even apologize for that. I apologize for not giving a fuck, because when my friends told me and this was like, this when Janelle was 30, I'm much, much younger than her. You feel me? This was a long, long time. I'm sorry, Janelle, don't beat my ass. But I apologize to him and to my friends, because when my friends told me, hey, Bethany, that was intrusive. That was wrong. I was like, wait, like all the excuses in the world.
Right.
And I apologize for that. That was wrong. And he didn't talk to me again, rightfully so.
No, for real.
Okay, BK caught the L that day.
Dang.
Okay, shout out to me catching the L. Yeah, catching that L. I'm gonna figure out this soundboard. Okay. Yeah,
we're gonna get it right.
Yeah, catching that L. Yeah, I took an L that day. He's like, bet. Wait till this bitch leave.
Block.
Bitch.
Block.
Yeah, so I apologize for that. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's a good one though. Like I like that because I mean that's also you were young.
I was young.
If
she was 30, I was like 19. That's playing. I was playing.
I'm like, what?
Let me stop because Janelle got hands.
Because Janelle got hands. Can we please make that hashtag?
Okay. Shout out to Janelle's hands.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that was Say It With Your Chest. We're going to move right on there because that lasted a little longer than I thought.
But it was great.
Yeah. I loved it.
I love that.
I love that.
So this is going to be an actual card game.
Yeah, this is going to be a card game. It's going to develop. It's going to be developed, but right now it's just
I'm loving this.
Poster cards. So y'all going to love that.
Okay.
But I give it to you.
I love it. Great questions.
Thank you.
Great questions.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to the next segment. The next segment is take the mic from these niggas, B. Take the
donations.
I didn't mean to click this one.
Donations. Take the mic from these niggas.
Take the mic and donations. And donations. I'm about to introduce this next segment. Take the mic from these niggas, B. Okay?
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Okay? Because the reason for this segment, right, is not only to address, different podcasts or when people say outrageous things, but things that are going on in the culture that I don't agree with, my guest doesn't agree with, and so we can address them. This one today, it's a touchy subject for me, okay? Because one thing about BK, when I love something, I love it. I have Coach K tatted on my wrist right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a Cameron crazy. Like okay. I love sports. I love comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm obsessed with it. And when it comes to certain people, I get obsessed with them. Right. So today, the take the mic from these niggas will be for J. Cole. And
who? J. Cole.
It's tough. It's the first one. And starting off hot. We're coming in hot.
Hot crazy.
And I've never missed a Dreamville Fest. I've been to every single one that he has thrown. I've been a J. Cole fan since I'm not going to flex. Since Born Center, I've been a J. Cole fan.
Right.
I had to go back and listen. Great album.
That album not so
great
long
album.
Ago. That was a great summer album, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. Don't let me lie. But it was a great album.
Okay.
Maybe something. I was in college.
We were in college.
Yeah. And then from there, it's not that I haven't heard about, didn't hear J. Cole's music prior.
Right, because we was on the mixtape.
Yeah.
Year.
We was on it.
Yeah.
But I didn't become a fan until Born
I can agree with
Center.
that, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a born sinner, but I die better than that. I swear.
I can't sing.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and put that out there.
I gotta know.
Okay, somewhere.
So
and then that was Crooked Smile too.
Yes, I mean J. Cole, and we're gonna get into that. So I'm just gonna get to what my discrepancy is. The apology.
Sorry.
My thing about because I've it's like I'm going through a grieving process right now, right? So I've been to the shock stage, and I went through the anger stage, and I'm trying to get to the acceptance. But I am an avid battle rap connoisseur. I'm a student of not just rapping,
right,
but I watch URL, I watch RBE, I watch Shark. I watch all of that. I watch it. I love it. I can give you my top 5 right now. So I think for me, any type of entertainment for most things, when you talk about sports, when you talk about music in some capacities, it's competitive. That's why we have the Grammys. That's why we have, the BET Awards, Soul Train Awards. Who was the best at it? Right. Who did this the best? Right. Who was the best singer? Who was the best dancer? Who had the best? That's why you have the Oscars, the Tonys. That's why we revere people who have EGOT awards, because they were the best at that, at whatever they were in. Right. And for me, J. Cole, when he said the apology, one, completely threw me off guard. Was completely confused.
I don't think nobody expected that though.
I
mean, you just released
it.
Like, everybody it was on every Insta story I could possibly snap through. So everybody heard.
I couldn't see Instagram because I was one of the 52,000 motherfuckers out there looking at this nigga, wishing.
What, you on the email?
I literally, you remember that clip in Forrest Gump when he's talking and somebody keeps pulling, like, I was like, bro, yo, shut the fuck up.
No,
shut the
for
fuck
real.
up. Because this is my thing, and I don't want people to get misconstrued. This is going to be a two-parter to this, right? But I'm just going to give you my transgressions. My thing with J. Cole is the rapper, right? He was the one who called himself the greatest. He called himself Carolina's savior. He called himself. He said no one could test his pen. He wished a nigga would. All these things, right? And when he put this out, when he put 7 Minute Drill out, it was a warning shot. He even called it a warning shot. He didn't say anything about Kendrick Lamar's mother. He didn't say he wish he dies. Mm-mm. He didn't say he wish he has bad credit score next year, or like, I hope your house has roaches. It was nothing of the sort. Right. It was constructive criticism at best. At best.
He told him, he said the last album was a flop.
Yeah.
And the second album?
I don't know what he said, because you know why?
But he did.
And we can't go back because he took it down. So
it's on YouTube though.
my thing about it was, as we think of rap culture, right? Mm-hmm. Competitiveness is a part of rap culture.
Correct.
We've seen this time and time again. We've seen this with Jay-Z and Nas. We've seen this with Ja Rule and 50 Cent. We've seen this with Tupac and Biggie. We've seen this with Jeezy and Gucci. Chris Brown and Quavo are in the stew right now talking about Karuchi, fighting over Karuchi right now. They taking it to the studio.
And they really need to stop.
It's embarrassing, but I don't know what's going on. But she definitely has that good shit.
Clearly.
Okay? She got that snapper. Because what are we talking about? Like, Chris Brown, you got a whole new bitch.
Like, that's why I'm confused on why we're arguing over somebody you're not even with.
Who looks just like her. She looks just like Karuchi. Off topic. But
sorry.
But my thing with J. Cole is he didn't come out. I can't even say he came out. He's not even like a Common, because Common has diss records. Common has going at niggas next. I mean, like, so if you wanted to be this Lupe Fiasco type of nigga, right? You shouldn't have self-proclaimed all of these things for years. This is not something that you said on this album. Right. This is not like, oh, you're not Chance the Rapper. Yeah, like, you've said this. You said you may be Drizzy Drake or Kendrick Lamar, but check the birthday, nigga, you ain't the God. I didn't tell you to say that. So, like, you're saying that, oh, you have all this peer pressure put on you. Sir, you wrote a diss track about Lil Pump, telling this nigga he was gonna be on Love and Hip Hop, right? What you wrote a diss track of sorts. You were talking about Wale, mm-hmm. You were talking about Kid Cudi, and you were talking about Kanye West.
I remember that.
So I think for me where the confusion lies, right? Because I will say I don't know what the relationship is between him and Kendrick, right? I don't know what the underlying situation is, because I feel like there is something going on.
Toxic.
Yeah, clearly. It's something going on behind the scenes where I feel like he felt the need to bow out. It wasn't gracefully. But my thing is this, right? When I look at freaking LeBron James, mm-hmm. LeBron James and Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, they've all gone on vacation together. They're really good friends. Mm-hmm. Their kids know each other. When they come on the court, like, LeBron James and Stephen Curry have been in the finals many of times. I've seen them complain, oh, this nigga fouled me, because we're trying to be the best right now.
Right.
We're trying to be the best.
This is right now.
Kobe Bryant, when he played in the Olympics for the USA team, Paul Gasol, who is his best friend, who is the godfather of his kids right now, who really take care of them. I mean, he's really stepped up, and I salute him for that. that game, because Paul Gasol's from Spain or something. Mm-hmm. He told the niggas in the locker room, I'm going to run right into this nigga's chest. They were best friends. It wasn't like they were getting to know each other. They were friends because everyone was shocked. Like, what are you talking about? And the first fucking play, he ran right into this nigga's chest.
Wow.
Like, so I think that's where my confusion comes into. Even if you all are friends,
right.
It wasn't like Kendrick Lamar was minding his business. Even if Cole threw a shot, he answered it. So that was your time to answer. You didn't say. I'm just confused on where the apology needs to come in, where the backtrack needs to come in. I missed the.
Yeah, because I don't get, like you said, all of this is a competition. So I don't want to say someone has to be the winner, because when it comes to rap, I feel, mm-hmm. or anything in the music industry, one day you could be on top, the next day you could not, because somebody else new done came in, somebody got a better bar,
right.
Somebody got a better remix, somebody done dropped the best new album. So somebody's always coming, but you always got to be ready to be better. Yeah. But it's like, if you are literally stating things in a song to a specific person because you're responding to something else,
yeah,
you got to stand on it. And once you stand on it, that's just in the booth.
That's just it.
But once we go on the streets, you trying to take the kids to the pool?
That's it.
You trying to hang out? I'm about to throw something on Friday. You trying to stop by?
Because do you really think that Kendrick Lamar will gives a fuck?
Has Kendrick heard it?
First of all, Kendrick is going to annihilate the whole East Coast. I would not be surprised if Kendrick Lamar drops a diss track. This is my theory. He's going to drop a diss track. We're going to forget about this whole thing. Mm-hmm. He's going to drop a diss track. He's going to come for Cole. He's coming for The Baby. He's coming for Petey Pablo, Rap City. He's coming for Bojangles. He's coming for Texas Pete. I might be in it. You might be in it. Like, he's going to put South Carolina in it. Roy Cooper's going to be in it. It's like he's going to annihilate everybody. Because this has nothing to do personally. And I love my friends to death. Love them to death. Completely understand this was a mental health situation for him. Completely understand that. I'm not upset with him about that. But as a fan, right, a fan of music, a fan of rap, a fan of battle rap, a fan of competition, I can be disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, like, and
I get what you did, like, as a man.
Yeah.
What you wanted to do. I get what you did as a man. You didn't want it to be this.
I respect that.
This black on black, especially black man on black man, like we dissing each other, tearing each other down. I get it, but you shouldn't have said it. You started it already.
You shouldn't have said. And the thing about another thing I don't like about it is that you did it after you figuratively slapped someone in the face,
right? And
he hasn't even responded yet. So now it's kind of like, I don't want people to come at Kendrick. If Kendrick does come back and take personal shots and completely go at this nigga's neck, don't make it seem like Kendrick was bullying, because you can't be upset how someone reacts. You know what I'm saying?
Whether you take it,
you shouldn't have did in the first place.
Apologize, because you're apologizing to something that you haven't even heard a response.
Yes, and it wasn't even bad. I think that's what make it. You just made Carolina look so pussy.
No,
and
for real.
I just hate that. Because Cole's pen is like that.
It's really
that
good.
Nigga is like that. And
great, actually, not really good.
And no one thought that. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna say this. I never thought when he and Kendrick were going back and forth or whatever was going on, I never felt like it was personal. I always felt like they were trying to have a friendly competition.
That's it.
Now, Kendrick clearly seems to hate Drake, but I don't know anything about that.
I mean, maybe something happened on the back end, and then, or Cole could have been overthinking. Maybe it had nothing to do with him. But I mean, clearly it did. But
it was just very disappointing to see him on stage talk about something. This is the goofiest shit I've ever done. No, this moment, you on the mic right now, you talking in the mic is the goofiest shit. Love you to death, Cole.
Bekay
will always go to your.
Take the mic from that nigga.
Take the mic from this nigga. We're taking the mic.
Take the mic from that.
Take the mic, bro. I don't appreciate how you made Carolina look. I don't appreciate you reneging. Excuse me. I don't appreciate you reneging, because again, all of these, you called yourself Carolina Savior. You said that people couldn't fuck with your pen. You said that you was the God. These were all self-proclaimed things. We had hope in you. We had love in you. And I've never seen a man commit suicide on stage like that. And it without being touched.
Right.
I mean, the lamest of lame niggas have. Benzino is going up against Eminem.
I'm weak.
Been doing it for years. Like Mariah Carey has a diss track. Like, what are we talking about?
No, for real.
You feel me? So
I never apologize for it.
Never apologize for it. And you've made diss tracks, and it wasn't.
But you even have people that made bad diss tracks and never apologize.
Never apologize. Well, yeah.
That I can think of a few.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
And I also want to say, like, yeah, I had one of my friends say, like, oh, well, what about Tupac and Biggie? Tupac and Biggie didn't die over the rap beef. Tupac and Biggie died because of some greedy industry underlying shit. You know what I'm saying? They had nothing to. There wasn't a crazed Tupac fan who killed Biggie. It wasn't a crazed Biggie fan who killed Tupac. It wasn't one of Tupac's crew members who set up no.
I mean, Tupac, yeah, he got a whole song that's opening like saying "F all these niggas."
I mean, they definitely got, like, you know, Biggie got "Who Shot You?" He got "Hit 'Em Up." Like, yeah, I mean,
But it's also like I felt like that was. It was also a facade for us to see, like, oh, the music industry is harder than probably what it really is. Now they probably also had some things for real, you know, going on their own thing. But I also feel like you try to make it look so G'd up, and then you got niggas out here apologizing after you just annihilated somebody in a whole, like, just one person. This wasn't. You can't even say this was not directed to any, or it could be directed for anybody. This was specifically for Kendrick.
You definitely let Nas down. Another thing I wanted to touch on really quickly. Is Drake right now. He's all by himself now. Cause like now Cole is like, I'm sure that Cole made the song before with Future and Metro before, but it just looks bad. But like they're dogpiling Drake right now.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck with it because, and I'm not saying Drake has not done things. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is
a messy queen.
My thing is this, right? If I offend you and you don't address it then and there, and you wait till this bitch come out and say something, you a punk ass bitch.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got The Weeknd coming up. You got ASAP Rocky talking about some, I fucked your baby mama. He never claimed that girl.
Right.
He never claimed that girl. She was a prostitute. She was like a porn star, sex worker. She was a sex worker. Okay? She had plenty of befores. Okay, before she got with Drake. Drake never claimed her as a. Why would you? I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I will say, if Drake has something in the booth to annihilate all these niggas, he will be the GOAT. He would be the GOAT.
I personally would not say that he wouldn't. Because I feel like Drake is. To me, Drake is smarter than what people think.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, you know, some people just look at Drake and they just listen to his music. They think he either is kind of following trends. Sometimes he does, but I also feel like he takes the trend, tweaks it, and makes it his own.
Yeah.
He also stayed a lot of mess when it comes to me. Like when it comes to other artists, rappers, beef, girls, whoever, he's always in the mix of something.
Yeah.
But the gang up, I feel like also people, well, just to me, I feel like you forget where Drake came from. Like, it's not like Drake is just some random rapper from Degrassi. That's how a lot of people view him to me. He was on Young Money. Like, I mean, Young Money was, not middle school, high school for me.
Yeah.
That was a ran-through era. Nicki, Drake, and Lil Wayne.
Weezy. Little Twist.
But then you got these people that came later. You're great as well. You got Future, Metro, J. Cole, all these other great artists, but I also feel like they just kind of pushing, like you said, well, again, ganging up on him, but bullying him into a sense to make him seem like he ain't nothing, but then he has to show them.
I'm sure Drake did something. I'm sure, like, light-skinned niggas like that are always sneaky. Okay, you just can't trust niggas like that. He's from Canada. I don't trust Drake. I don't want to make it seem like Drake is a victim. Right, but it's like,
true. But I feel like with Future though, come on. I
mean, it's apparently about some bitch, which is just so weird to me because they like fuck so many.
That's what I'm
women.
saying. Like with Future, like is this one person really worth it, or maybe it's a few?
Because did you claim her? Did she
claim you?
Yeah, like
because the last girl I remember claiming you was Lori Harvey.
Oh, he dated Desi. Desi Dior.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did date her.
Yeah.
Too quick for me.
But my thing is, I don't mind people having transgressions about Drake. I don't think Drake is a victim, right? I definitely think he does what he needs to do to be on top. I mean, sometimes you got to get a little dirty, okay?
I mean, true.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at it because
I don't know what he could have done to. I guess because they've been like.
I mean, like they said, like he stole like a flow or something from Future, and then like
But who knows steal anybody's flow these days?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. My thing is this:
because nobody was doing.
Have your beef, but for y'all to come together like the Avengers is weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. And
not
then
the Avengers.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so y'all gonna defeat Thanos? Like
that's crazy.
It's just weird.
When he got the stones, and
I'm not on anyone's side because now my hero has fallen, and I think that, you know, the only person that we can turn to right now is the baby and Petey Pablo.
Not the baby.
So we're gonna bow out gracefully. But
she said Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo. Okay, didn't nobody rep North Carolina harder at this point.
The baby
he ain't never switched up. Okay, Petey Pablo ain't never switched up.
Yeah, Petey Pablo been pretty cool.
He said,
I'm cool
take your
Pablo.
motherfucking shirt off and twist around your head like a helicopter.
And we did it.
And I've been doing it ever since. So
every time I have a t-shirt, I got
okay. One. He said, this one for you.
This one for us.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Bring your best hit out.
Okay.
Petey, step up.
Petey dropped something tonight.
Fuck.
12 a.m.
Cause that's the thing. I was ready to ride on niggas on Compton, nigga. I'm like, nigga, bring the 5 rules and the Crips, nigga. I was ready because it's like Kendrick is an amazing artist. Yeah. Kendrick is like the only reason why I put Cole over Kendrick is because I can relate to Cole's music.
Right.
Cole's music feels like authentic North Carolina music.
I'm about to say it feel like home.
It feels like home. With Kendrick, I can't relate to being in Compton. I can't relate to. I don't know them vibes. I don't know the vibes. I don't know about having to be forced to answer to gangs. We don't have big gangs. People are in gangs out here, but
to go to church.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was forced to go to church. I was forced to wear hand-me-downs. Not me, but you know my brother. Yeah, I was the only girl, so I didn't have hand-me-downs. But yeah, lame, dirty. He didn't even wash them jaws good.
No, like for real, I feel like, as you stated, the relatability that Cole has, and again, I feel like it's not even just for North Carolina though. Like I feel like his music is it's more relatable than, because even if you go to New York, LA, not everybody grew up in Compton.
Yeah.
Some people grew up in the suburbs. Some people grew up to where life was just kind of easy for them, and it wasn't as hard. Not saying that it was a better life either, just because it wasn't as hard as that where you had to join a gang. They might have other issues going on as well. But again, Cole talked about a crooked smile and how that didn't get him anywhere.
You feel me?
In certain places, when in North Carolina, that was like a southern smile. Like,
you feel me?
You don't have to go get your teeth fixed all the time until you got these people from New York and LA, like pretty teeth, nice body.
He just like daddy's little girl, turn off the lights. It's like he gave perspective to
storytelling,
like to lives that people kind of overlook or make one dimensional, you know. And so let's get into the last segment.
Because we gonna stay on something.
Yeah, we're gonna stay on something
for a minute.
So we're gonna get to this last segment.
Okay.
Last segment, you know, we're gonna get into giving yourself grace. And this is gonna be a good time because now that I've gotten out my transgressions about J. Cole the rapper, I do want to give him his flowers.
Definitely.
I do appreciate him being in a space where he felt like something didn't align with him, and he gave himself grace enough to remove himself from it. And I think, you know, that is the hardest part about anything in life, right? Being able to see something, knowing that you made the decision to do it, knowing that, you know the backlash of either decision, right? You know, I feel as though he could have foreseen what would happen once he gives that, when he gave that apology, and giving himself, I pray that he is giving himself grace enough to come to terms to that, right? Because that, as much as I'm disappointed in this as a fan, right, I appreciate him being authentic. And I think that speaks more to his character, something that he's always preached as well.
Right.
So, things can have duality. And I think, he, for me, was just reflective of what I've been through.
Right.
Especially like in the past year. I think in life we are always kind of pushed and tugged into different directions, right? Like people tell me, oh, Bekay, you're so funny, and oh, Bekay, you should do this and you should do that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I don't know anything about it. My heart's not into it. I don't foresee myself gaining anything from it. And then once I find myself unhappy, or once I find myself getting criticism from it, I'm like, bro, this was the worst mistake in the world. And just not being authentic in that. So, I learned something from Cole, even though I'm disappointed in Cole.
You did learn something.
But I can appreciate it.
Right.
I can appreciate understanding that when you make a decision to do something you don't want to do, and you have to find the power to get out of that, and you also have to accept the backlash that comes from that.
Exactly.
Right? Like, and that's what I was.
Each choice was going to have probably its own repercussions.
Either choice was going to have repercussions. If he would have kept going, and let's say he went down this path, and it did start to get personal, and it did started to, uncover things that he felt, Kendra didn't want to know or whatever. Right. It could have got very bad and damaging. So I can understand that, because I can't be one dimensional and say that. With me watching battle rap, it gets crazy.
No, yeah.
Niggas is like, fuck your granny, nigga.
Wow.
I'll fuck your granny in the ear.
Yeah, I haven't watched battle rap. The last time I watched battle rap was 106 in Park.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched battle rap.
You probably won't like it.
I mean, I might need to give it a spin.
I mean, it's very gritty, very rough.
I mean, I like watching fights.
It's very gutter butt.
Is it similar?
Huh?
Watching fights?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give it a bad rap like that. It is very raw. Okay. But for me, it is like poetry. It's like authentic poetry, because these individuals are so brilliant in like the schemes that they come up with. I've heard them.
It's a skill. I appreciate people that rap, especially that freestyle, that battle rap.
Witty. They coming off the dome with it.
Because even today, when people call stuff a freestyle, that's not a freestyle.
No.
You went into the booth, you wrote this down.
Yeah. And you're trying to keep it on the beat.
That's not
a we got a problem here?
That was the wrong one, but
we're going to get these buttons together.
Yeah, I'm going to get these buttons together.
We're going to get these buttons together. Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah. So I think for me, I've given myself grace on being okay with not living up to other people's expectations.
Okay. I like that.
And I think that, that's where Cole is, right? Mm-hmm. Like, anything that doesn't feel good to you or for you isn't for you. And sometimes even if you in the middle of the road, sometimes if you taking that trip, sometimes you got to turn around. And you have to have that conversation with yourself that people aren't going to accept it. Mm. And I think for me, even with this podcast, right, I'm so into my head as far as like, what do I want people to see? What do I want people to know? And it's like, what feels good to Bekay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What feels good for me to share? Right. Like, I don't feel the need to overshare. I don't feel the need to undershare to appease any audience, right? Because I'm just here to share my perspective on things, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
You take it and go.
Yeah, that's what I learned at 32. Magic year, hold the HIV.
Hold it. Please, hold it. And hold it hard, Jesus.
No disrespect if it has HIV. I love
None at all.
So what are you giving yourself grace for, or where can you relate to?
I was about to say, I definitely relate to going into, me going into 32.
I'm taking these earrings off. Good. Trying to be cute.
Okay, mine's starting to hurt a little bit, but I'm going to make it through.
Yeah.
But as you stated, going into 32, giving yourself grace, just in not having to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
I also kind of learned that, which a lot of people may not know, BK knows, I'm a big Beyonce fan. Renaissance was spectacular to me. That was amazing. It was liberating. It made me feel things I never felt before. So that's where I kind of came into that, not being a people pleaser and not really caring what people think about me, if I'm this, if I'm that, am I too tall, too short, too big, too small. I'm just me at this point. You gotta hate it or love it. But also giving myself grace on myself. And when I say myself, I'm very hard on myself. I don't give myself grace. I need to start doing that. But when I say I started, like recently started doing that, it was probably like a month ago. It's hard. I mean, because I'm so critical of myself. I'm gonna watch this back and look back and be like, I don't like the way I look. I probably
you shouldn't have sat like that.
Yeah, I was slouching. I was giving to look, as I rearrange myself.
Right. As I'm trying to look cool.
But no, like I have recently learned, like, we want everything to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's not always gonna be perfect.
In a shallow way, though.
Yeah.
Like we want things to be perfect because of how we want to be perceived.
Right.
Not because we want to give, and this is not everybody, but in general, we want things to be perfect because we want we want society to accept us.
Right.
Without any harsh criticism.
We don't want it to look like we just pressed something, pushed something, or just did something just cause. But it's also other people being more open-minded. Seeing things in a different light. I mean, just even with my job, giving myself grace. I've tackled a lot of things within just January. Yeah. And that's been a lot. But it's also understanding I need a day off.
Yeah.
I need time. I need to reevaluate. I need to refresh. And also just remind myself, you got the time. Chill, relax. But that falls for me on giving myself grace because I feel like I didn't do that before. I was always on the go, on the move, just for everyone else, but not for me.
Yeah.
But then again, that goes into being that people pleaser, trying to make everyone happy outside of myself. Was I happy? Sure. But I was happy because everybody else was happy, not happy because I was genuinely happy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think that for me, I went like a year last year without having a job. And I had gone through like the worst relationship ever in life, and I was in such a low place on paper, right? And I had my moments, and I was crying to my friends and stuff, but like I refused to allow myself to pull myself down any further. And, it's always so funny to me that, like, I talk to people on Instagram all day, and because I love talking to people. I love making them laugh. And let me say this, just because I respond with laugh, like emojis, it doesn't mean that I don't want to talk to you. I don't know what else to say. Like, you're laughing, I'm laughing. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Oh, thank you for viewing my page. Okay. Like, what the fuck? Like, I hate when people say that. Bekay, all you do is send laughing emojis. Well, bitch, you sent me laughing emojis. Start a conversation if you want to talk. What the fuck?
Laugh and say something.
Yeah.
Like, ask me how I'm doing and I can respond.
What the fuck?
Like, if you just send me 3 emojis.
If you send me ha ha ha, I'm going to respond ha 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 ha. Fuck.
I might say something with an LOL.
Okay, the fuck? But, I refuse to allow that moment in time, because I didn't have a job from May of last year until like February of this year. And I refuse to allow myself to succumb to my circumstances because I was already low. So what's the point of kicking myself further down? What's the point of pulling myself further than what I need to be in? I knew God wanted me to be still. He wanted to see how much I would trust him. And, at no point in time was I not traveling. I saw my friends. I went to events. Okay. I was still on Instagram. I was looking at TikToks. So, you know what I'm saying? Didn't miss a meal. Okay.
Didn't miss a meal or a beat.
Okay. So, for me, giving myself grace means like being able to understand, like, yes, we live in a hard life. This life is painful, it's difficult, but you don't have to make it harder for yourself. You don't have to make it harder on yourself. And you have the ability to give yourself support. And people always ask for support. Oh, you should support this. Support your fucking self, bro.
I was just about to say that. Like, a lot of people, I've had friends that look for support in all of their friends, but I'm like, what are you giving yourself? Because, how do I say this in the best way? Because your friends, all of my friends are my friends. I love them. But there are times where they could let me down. Is that wrong? No.
Right.
But when I say let me down, they may have something that came up. They may have something that they needed to do. Something that was more important than what I had. But again, those shouldn't be my only support. Because if I got me, when I have my events, nobody else shows up, I supported myself.
Right.
I'm glad this was going to be a successful event. But again, there was probably just one or two. And if it is just one or two, you don't need your friends who already support you outside of that to support you in something bigger. That's just my example of it. But I just know that people just have to really learn how to support themselves. Again, I'm learning myself, so it's not like I'm the guru of it. But I had to learn, like, I couldn't just land on my friends for support or my family for support. Because if I'm just leaning on them, when they're not there, who am I going to lean on at that point? Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. So it's like, you know, I love the support from my friends. When I'm able to lean on them, they're there. My family the same way. But there has been moments where I went through situations and I had to go through it alone. Yeah. But it was easy for me to go through it alone because essentially I wasn't alone. I had God. But, I mean, you know, that's also building that relationship as well.
That was it.
Okay? Just throw it up. You know, G-Man.
Okay, he do his big ones.
All the time.
Okay.
No, but like, I think that's just like where I didn't want to get too real gospel gangster on it, but like, or transition in that. But I'm just saying, like, when you support yourself, you still have someone. It's not like you're alone, but you also have to be able to be alone. Yeah. And stand alone. That's what I really meant to say. Not be alone, but stand alone.
For sure. For sure. No, I definitely agree. And I think the takeaways that I want people to get from this is everyone succumbs to pressure. Everyone succumbs to trying to meet people's standards, and it is okay for you to leave at any point in time. If you don't want to do it from the jump, you that nigga. If you don't want to do it in the middle, you that nigga. If you don't want to do it at the end, you that nigga. Do understand that people have the right to be disappointed in your actions, right? There's been plenty of times where I have wanted to align myself with something because someone else thought it was in my best interest, and I didn't, and they were disappointed, and they have the right to be that, right? Doesn't mean they're going to stop supporting me. It doesn't mean anything. They have the right to do that. Understand that, and you can take it in. You don't have to take it personally, right? But always remember that grace is not only something that you require from others or that you require from God, but you should require it for yourself. And also require me in your house, okay? Name is Bekay Grace. You feel me? You feel me? We're going to wrap it up here, all right?
This the wrap.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I know this is a little longer than I expected.
A little longer than expected, but we got it in.
But guess what? I'm okay with it. I'm still trying to figure out the kinks. Let me touch another one.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers. It's not like you.
Yeah, it's not like you. It's not like you. Let go of the losers. Okay?
Loser.
But yes, thank y'all. I just click it once. You click it once, let it ride out. So, thank y'all for tuning in.
This is the Bekay Grace show.
This is the Bekay Grace.
Well, actually,
Hardtruth Podcast. We're coming at you. I'm going to be hitting y'all with so many good topics, bro.
She got it coming for y'all.
Listen, I got some episodes for y'all. I got some co-hosts that y'all are going to love to see. It's going to be so authentic. It's going to be real. Y'all going to see me on. Let me let y'all know I'm going to be in here vaping. I'm going to be in here drinking. That's me. That's what I do. Okay, I'm not going to give y'all nothing fake, bro.
Nobody's judging.
I've already given myself grace.
We're not here to judge, right?
Give me grace. I've given myself grace.
Please give her grace.
Okay, because have you given your mama grace?
Okay. Did you say your grace?
Okay.
I'm like, what?
Okay. Before you ate them fries.
Okay.
Did you pray over it?
Did you? Did you pray?
Okay.
Since we are giving grace, did you say grace?
Reggie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I love
appreciate you. I
Banana,
love you so much.
You already know. You already know how it is.
You already know. I love you so much. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be the first person here.
Yes.
Get these views up. Watch my girl. Again, I'm going to be here. She's going to be giving it to y'all for real. These segments, this podcast.
Cars going to get better.
Yeah, the cars are definitely going to get better. I'm going to make sure of that. But don't play the cutting.
Okay.
Scissor game was crazy.
Scissor game went stupid. Okay? Scissor game was stupid on these. You feel me?
Okay, but these questions were great.
Thank you.
Great segment.
Yes.
Give yourself grace.
Give yourself grace.
I'll make sure I do that more often, for real.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I would say I'll be back, but of course I'm going to be back because I'm going to be here.
Because we're in this bitch. Finna get crunk.
Okay.
Eyebrows on fleek the fuck.
Well.
I'm a woman who loves all women.